The presidential election in India has concluded with a total turnout of 99.18%. The polling was conducted in the Parliament House and the state legislative assemblies. The contest is between two candidates, the ruling alliance candidate Droupadi Murmu and the opposition's choice Yashwant Sinha. The incumbent and former prime ministers, chief ministers from across the country, members of the Parliament and the legislative assemblies have cast their votes, including the leaders of the opposition. In all, around 4,800 MPs and MLAs have voted to elect the 15th President of India. It happened in the Parliament House and across various state assemblies in secret ballots simultaneously. The counting of the votes will be taking place on the 21st of July, with the next president taking oath on the 25th of July. It is expected that with the support of most of the regional parties, Droupadi Murmu's vote is likely to reach nearly 2/3. If Murmu wins, she will be the youngest occupant to hold the country's top office. She will also become the first woman from the tribal community to occupy the top constitutional post. Meanwhile, the opposition's choice, Yashwant Sinha, has had a roller coaster career. The civil servant turned politician is expected to fall short of the numbers needed to clinch victory. In an open letter to the lawmakers on the eve of the polls, Sinha urged them to vote with the call of conscience in the election. And next up is the contest for vice presidency. While the ruling NDA has fielded former West Bengal Governor Jagdeep Dhankar, the opposition has decided to nominate former Governor of Rajasthan Margaret Alva as their joint candidate. Prime Minister Modi has announced the filing of Jagdeep Dhankar nomination papers, adding that he will be an excellent and inspiring vice president. Meanwhile, the opposition candidate is expected to file her nominations on the 19th of July, and the elections are scheduled for the 6th of August. For more on this, our correspondent Siddhant Sibal getting us this report from New Delhi. Have a look.
Today was an important day in terms of domestic politics here in India. We know that the presidential election took place from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and we saw visuals of voting taking place through the Electoral College. We saw the visual of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the former Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, and chief ministers of various states voting. And this Electoral College basically includes the MPs, Minister of Parliament, and of course MLAs voting for the next president of India. But largely the voting took place today. The results will be out on 21st, and of course the oath taking ceremony takes place on 25th of this month, in which of course a whole host of guests, including Delhi's diplomatic community, has been invited. But the other key focus today was the first day of the monsoon session of the Indian Parliament. We saw the Indian Prime Minister addressing ahead of the monsoon session, talking about debate and of course talking about the elections for the president as well. But the opposition is saying that they're going to raise issues like inflation and other issues that have been dominating the news cycle. So it will be pretty noisy, as they say, monsoon session. But that, of course, is the noise of democracy. But largely what's happening today will be deciding the future course of action in terms of policy decisions being made here in India, especially with the new president taking charge very soon. With video journalist Chandrasekhar, Siddhant Sibal for WION in New Delhi.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.